Good morning. I hope that you guys have had a good week, and we're going to do core. Today the focus is core and abdominals. In the process you'll be getting a back stretch. In the process, of course, you'll be stretching your hamstrings. We will do a little bit of shoulder stretching just by virtue of the movements that we do. But again, the focus today will be lots of core. So we're going to go down to the floor. I'm going to turn the camera down just a little bit more so you can see me a little bit better. Okay. All right. So we're gonna lie back on our backs. I'm gonna take off my glasses. And what you'll need, if you have, is a ball and a strap. And if you don't have a ball or a strap, that's totally okay. Also make sure you have a towel. And when we're doing some of the hamstring stretches, you can use a towel to stretch. Kind of a gym-sized towel is fine, depending on your flexibility, or you could use a dog leash, anything like that. All right, so first you're gonna grab your ball, place the ball under the sacrum, and start with our lovely warm-ups that we traditionally start with, putting our attention on our deep abdominals. So our focus is inside the pelvic bowl, our interior core muscles. You're going to feel the right side and the left side of those interior core muscles draw into the midline. So like elevator doors closing, it starts all the way down in the pelvic floor. You narrow the elevator doors and you pull that elevator internally up along the front of your spinal column. You can also think of zipping up a zipper. So everything is just closing in, gently being drawn together. Maintain that. Inhale here. Keep the connection. As you exhale, curl. So that connection is called a co-contraction. Inhale in this position. Exhale, gently arch. Inhale and exhale, curl. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, keep the co-contraction and gently arch. One more time. Inhale, exhale, curl, and pause. Inhale and exhale, arch, and then come back to center. Inhaling here, exhale, let's tip the pelvis to the right. We're heating up our core for some of the abdominal muscles we're about to do. Inhale as you come back to center. Exhale as you tip to the left. Maintain the co-contraction that lives deep inside that pelvic bowl. Inhale back to the center. Exhale over to the right. Initiating down in the core, spreads that core connection all the way throughout the body. Inhale and exhale. Keep your focus deep into that pelvic floor and that pelvic bowl and bring it back to center. Inhale here, exhale, curl the pubic bone towards your head, tip your pelvis to the right. We're going around the world or around the clock, down to the tailbone, keeping that core really active in the pelvic floor, and then curl the pubic bone towards the head. Let's do that one more time. To the right, down to the tail. Activating your pelvic floor and deep abdominals. Over to the left and curl. Let's go over to the left. Elongate through the tail. Over to the right and curl. One more time. To the left. Down to the tailbone. Keep that pelvic floor active. That's where the core wants to let go. Over to the right and curl as you bring it back to center. Excellent. So we're going to lift the pelvis up off of the ball. Take the ball out and roll down one vertebra at a time. From this position, we're just going to hug the knees to the chest, making sure that we're stretching out the hamstrings and gluteals and giving your back just a tiny bit of a break here. Just breathe normally. Another breath or two. One more breath. And then changing legs. So this is an easy, slow start. You're relaxing the gluteals, you're stretching the gluteals, you're still really aware of the core, but you're not activating it on purpose right now, and then bring it back to center. So take a moment to grab your towel. Place your towel right now, just folded halfway is plenty, although if you want to fold one more time for a little more height, you can. And then you're going to put the towel under your sacrum, kind of like where the ball was. Right now your focus is to push into the towel. As you push into the towel, it will recruit the abdominal muscles in the front, deep in the core. And then you're going to stop pushing into the towel. This is called imprinting. The pushing into the towel is flat from the ceiling down to the floor. It is not a tilt like we were doing on the ball. So right now all you're doing is going from the ceiling or from the surface of your body, pressing flat into the floor. So you really connect and notice all the engagement of those abs. So inhale, release. Exhale, imprint. Inhale, release. Exhale, imprint. One more time. Inhale, release. Exhale, imprint. Good. Bring your right leg up to tabletop and maintain that imprint. Bring your left leg up to a tabletop and maintain that imprint. And then from here, inhale, exhale, imprint into the floor, into the towel. Inhale, release. Exhale, imprinting again. It's harder without your feet, so you've got to work a little bit deeper in your core to make that impact, because it's only coming from your core muscles, which include your deep abs, your pelvic floor muscles, and your deep spinal muscles. And relax. Now you're going to take your ball. If you don't have a ball, you can just use your hands. That's perfectly fine. You're going to imprint first, pulling out that pelvic elevator, and then press into the ball. 1. Pause. Imprint, activate the pelvic floor, and press. 2. Release. Imprint, activate the pelvic floor, the co-contraction, press. 3. Release. Imprint, engage your pelvic floor and core contraction, and press. 4. Release. Imprint, engage your core. Exhale. 5. Release. 5 more. Inhale, imprint, engage the core. 6. Good. Release. Imprint, activate your core. Press. 7. Release. You can notice how imprinting really deeply impacts that core exercise and how much you feel it. 2 more. Imprint, pelvic floor, deep abs, and press. Release. Last one. Imprint the pelvis, then press into the ball as you activate the pelvic floor and release. Put the ball down. Here we go. Imprinting, right? Pelvic floor really active, focusing on that right leg coming down and bring it back up. Inhale, left leg down. Exhale, imprint first, activating that pelvic zip up and bring that left leg in. Inhale down. Keep imprinting your pelvis down. Exhale. Use your abdominals to return that leg. Left side, inhale. Exhale. Right side, inhale. Exhale. Left side, inhale. Exhale. One more time, right side. Imprint first. Zip up that pelvic elevator, bring it back up. Left side, imprint. Zip up the pelvic elevator and bring that up. Now you're going to open your arms out to the sides of the shape of a letter T. Squeeze your thighs together. You're on the towel, so I want you to imagine you're a stamp on a stamp pad. You're going to roll your pelvic stamp over to the right side of your mat. You're activating your pelvic floor. You're still imprinting into the right side of your pelvis as you're physically lifting the left side of your pelvis off. Your knees are together. Your thighs are squeezed together. Your rib cage on that left side is really anchoring back into the mat. Exhale, roll like a stamp your pelvis back onto the towel. Not from the knees, but from that deep core and pelvic position. Now we're going to roll over to the left. So you're going to exhale, imprint that sacrum, and then roll the left side of your sacrum and buttock over to the left side of the towel or the stamp on the stamp pad. Inhale, exhale, emphasize that pelvic bowl, returning back onto the towel. Inhale over to the right. So I'm changing up the breathing. Let's see if you can do it on the inhale. Exhale, return. Get that sacrum nice and stabilized back onto the towel. Inhale over to the left. Activate the pelvic floor inside the pelvic bowl. Exhale, roll your pelvic bones back onto the mat. One more time. Inhale over to the right. Exhale, roll the pelvic bowl all the way back onto the towel through the middle. Let's go over to the left side. Keep imprinting. It takes a lot of core connection to imprint, so stay with it. And exhale, roll it back to center. That should have definitely fired up those low abs. Good job. Okay, now we're going to shift the focus to the area across the ribs. So go ahead and take your towel and place it right where your heart rate monitor would be if you were wearing a chest strap heart rate monitor. So bra strap line for ladies for quick reference. Squeeze your thighs together. Again, if you have a ball or a pillow or something you want to squeeze, go ahead and squeeze now with your inner thighs. And we're going to interlace the fingers at the base of the skull. So just because a towel isn't at the sacrum doesn't mean we stop imprinting. So find that imprint, and notice that takes a lot of core connection. It might even fatigue your back. So if at this point your back is getting tired, don't imprint so hard. Really put more attention on the pelvic floor, and over time you'll be able to develop that ability to imprint with more endurance. Okay, so the focus now is imprinting right where the rib cage is meeting the towel. So inhale. As you exhale, you've got the imprinting at the pelvis. Now you're going to press those ribs into the towel. Gently nod your head and curl up as you squeeze that ball. So I'm not tucking, I'm keeping my pelvis neutral and imprinting to recruit that deep core as I recruit those obliques in addition to that. Inhale, exhale, sacrum imprinting, ribs imprinting, and then I curl up 2. Inhale, lie back. Exhale, sacrum, ribs, curl up 3. Inhale, lie back. Imprint pelvis, imprint rib cage, curl 4. Lie back, 1 more. Exhale, sacrum, ribs, bring it up 5. So keep that imprint and bring those legs up. Okay, we're going to hold the legs up, squeeze those inner thighs. Inhale, go down with the trunk. Exhale, sacrum is still imprinted. Now really focus on those ribs. 5 more times. 5, 4. Can you feel the connection from your pelvic floor across the abdomen all the way up to the ribs? 3, look for that connection, track it. And 2, and last 1. Good job, bring it down. We're not done. So you're just bringing it down for a moment because we're going to take the ball out of the way. So from here, we're going to keep the legs in a gentle a hook line position with the thighs squeezed together. Arms are reaching towards the ceiling. So just like we did with the with the pelvis as we were rolling side to side, we're going to now do that with the rib cage. The pelvis needs to stay stable, so keep that imprinting nice and strong into that pelvic bowl. Maintain that core connection. And now we're going to gently spiral our ribs to the right. So again, stamp on a stamp pad. I am rolling my ribs like a stamp on a stamp pad over to the right side of my towel. I'm not letting my hips and knees veer to the right. I'm holding steady. Then as I exhale, I nod my head, curl, and reach with my fingers across as far as I can, not emphasizing how far I'm reaching necessarily, but really put attention on the imprint, and the imprint is what gives me the fuel to curl up more deeply. And then I lie back down. Come past the center of my body, past the heart center, over to the left. And it's not just a roll, I'm physically like a rolling pin, putting weight into that left side. So I'm imprinting my rib cage into the towel to my end range. Exhale, I nod my head, keep my knees and pelvis really stable, and I curl up so I really feel those obliques pushing into the towel to curl myself a little bit higher, and then I lie back. Spiraling through the right, all the way. Stamp on a stamp pad. Exhale. Nod my head and curl up, reach. Inhale, lie back down. Spiral across to the left. Exhale. Nod your head, curl up and reach. And lie back down. Now we're going to up the ante if you're up for it. If you're not, stay where you are if this feels challenging enough. Right and left leg to tabletop. Squeeze those legs together. Still imprinting the sacrum, right? So still imprinting that pelvic bowl, really putting attention into the ribs. Same exercise, just with the legs in tabletop. So we've rolled the ribs to the right. We're going to exhale, press into the towel to give us a launching surface, core deeply connected, and then lying back over to the left side. Exhale, imprint into the towel. Gently nod your head and curl up. 2. Inhale, and I say gentle, but really the intention is that you're not overpowering, rather you are going deep. So I'm deeply pressing into the towel. And if I go fast or hard, sometimes I don't quite get there. So that's why the cue gentle comes in. Sometimes gentle is harder. Over to the left, inhale. Exhale, imprint, nod your head, curl up, reach, keep those knees and hips really centered, and lie back down and let that go. Great. So now we're going to apply that to the abdominal series. Not that we haven't been doing abs, but we're going to layer it on. So go ahead and move the towel out of the way if you are ready for it. If it was helpful for you and you felt like it was a really great cue to help you feel more connected to the musculature, either in the rib cage or in the pelvis, then go ahead and use the towel. I'm going to move it out of the way because we're going to go into crisscross and some of the other abdominal exercises. So go ahead and take a moment to inhale. As you exhale, bring your right leg and left leg to tabletop. Already, I'm imprinting, so I feel my sacrum and my whole pelvic bowl pressing itself into the floor, generated from my core strength, and I'm pressing my ribs into the imaginary towel behind my back. I'm going to interlace my fingers at the base of the skull, nod my head, and curl up. So this is not for everybody to release their hands. If you're going to release your hands, go for it. If it does bother your neck, go ahead and support your head. Deep abdominals, reaching your fingertips, keep imprinting that sacrum, and change. And change. And change. And change. We're going to go right into scissor kicks. So interlace the fingers at the base of the skull. If this is your first hamstring stretch of the day, go ahead and keep your knees slightly bent. But if your legs are ready for straight, then reach for straight. 4 more. 4. 3 more. 3. And 2. Last one. Each side. We're going right into the twist. And 2. So remember the towel. You're imprinting against the towel. 3. Can you go as quickly as I'm going while imprinting? 4. So that's part of the skill. 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. Good. Hug those knees into your chest. Lie back down. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to gently nod your head, curl up, and hug your knees towards your forehead, and bring your forehead and your shoulders kind of close to your knees, making a bit of a roly-poly shape, and then lie back down. Excuse me. On the next one, you're going to draw the knees in, nod your head, curl up. Don't lift your pelvis, but notice how deeply can you fold your hips without lifting your butt off of the floor and without tucking, right? So you're imprinting your whole back and spine, but you're not lifting your butt up, right? So keep that butt down. From here, we're going to stretch those arms and legs up either overhead or straight up to the ceiling. Circle the arms around, hollow scoop and curl up, and reach for those ankles as you hollow your abs. Inhale. Stay up off the floor as you curl up. And 2. I'm still imprinting into my sacrum and my rib cage. Exhale, curling in. 3. We're going to go for 8. Exhale. 4. Go for depth, not speed. 5. Inhale. Exhale, watch your abdomen. Scoop into your body. 6. And 7. Last one. And 8. Good. Lie back down. Awesome. Definitely a lot of abs. So from here, we're going to roll over to the right side. Come on up. Sit up nice and tall. And so from this position, I want us to take our hands and interlace them at the base of the skull. You're going to squeeze your thighs together. From here, we're going to inhale and go back in neutral. So I'm not going to roll back. I'm going to sit up nice and tall and hinge back. I'm using my core now to feel the stabilizing of my spine, not the shape changing of my spine. So I'm keeping my spine in its long neutral shape, and I lean back. Inhale, exhale, stretch my spine taller and come back up to seated. You'll notice the range of motion is pretty small because if I'm really doing this from my core and not my hip flexors, I can't go very far. You might actually be able to go further than me. So here we go. I'm stretching up really nice and tall, elongating my spinal column. I'm taking that elongated spine and I'm hinging back. I Feel my end range where I'm really in my abs. Inhale, I stretch and come back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, long neutral spine coming back. Core, core, core the whole time. Track that pelvic floor, deep abdominals. Exhale, come all the way up. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, stretch. Quick sniff, inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Good. Find your end range. Stay in your core strength. Try not to collapse your back. I want you to keep your spine really straight. 2 more. And last one. Last one, best one. Exhale, engage your core. Come all the way back up. Good job. All right, so from here we're gonna flip it to plank. If you need to be planking on your knees, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, we're gonna plank with the feet, squeezing the thighs together. And we're gonna go into control front. So this means that you're in plank position, your pelvis is a little lower than your head. You're using the same abdominal muscles that you did in the last exercise. You need your pelvic floor and core to stabilize this very long neutral spine. You're going to lift your right leg and pulse it just 2 times, squeezing your glutes and hamstrings. 1, 2, on that right side, bring it down, change. Left leg, inhale. Exhale, right leg, inhale. Exhale, left leg, inhale. So again, like I said, keep going. If you need to be down on your knees, you just come down on your knees, same exercise. Right side, inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Focus on your core, core. Tighten across the waist. 2 more. Last one each side. Good. From here, you're going to lift your tail to the sky and widen your feet just as wide as your hips are wide. Actually, I took my feet a little wider. That's okay too. Big breath in here. Big breath in. Big breath out. And as we blow out through a relaxed mouth, we fold our body in half. We roll up 1 vertebra at a time, reaching the arms straight up to the sky. Now you can't see me, but I'm up. And then I'm going to dive down, rounding my spine. Still trying to figure out this video camera thing. All right, and then from here we're going to do a push-up. Nice long neutral plank push-up and press up. Lift your tail. Walk yourself back. Pausing here. Inhale. Exhale. Use your abdominals to lift your spine. So it's your core musculature that gently lifts you up. Reach those arms up so you're not flying up to the sky. And then you gently dive down. Again, notice the word gently. If we go really fast, we miss it. So don't miss it. Go slow enough and smooth enough. Walk out to plank. Push up here. Elbows in. Squeezing your core. Press up. Lift your tail. Big breath in here. 4 paces with your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big breath in. Exhale. Hollow scoop and curl up. Reach your arms 1 more time up to the sky. Exhale and dive down. Hollow scoop. Lift your core as your bones go down. Walk yourself out, coming into plank. And we're going to do 2 push-ups this time. 1. Activate your core. 2. Lift your tail and pause and walk in place here. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Another big breath in. And exhale, come all the way up to the top. So for those of you who come to my classes, mat classes especially, you know I do 3 swings to finish. I'm going to be kneeling. You're standing, but we're still doing 3 swings to finish. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. 2 more. Exhale. Empty your core. Last one. Fill it. Exhale, empty. And we're done. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you continue your practice every day and you're all staying happy and healthy. Love you. Bye.